Who is not familiar with the world's fastest jet-powered aircraft, the SR-71 or Blackbird? It has done more reconnaissance around the world in more dangerous airspace and with no consequences than any other plane in history. During the Cold War, the Blackbird was the most advanced aircraft because of how well it worked and what it was able to do. But NASA flew the SR-71 for the last time in 1999. Two of the planes were used to study high-speed and high-altitude flights. Since then, all of the Blackbirds that are still alive are now in museums. And it created a void, a big void in the U.S. Air Force. Then SR-72 was introduced in the USAF, which is widely known as the son of the Blackbird. Hey guys, welcome to our channel Military Planes, where we tell you about warplanes, from the currently famous in the air to the most advanced around the world. So stay with us till the end of this video so you don't miss out on any of this information. But before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click on the bell symbol so that you don't miss out on any of our wonderful videos in the future. And let's get started. The SR-71 is no longer operational. However, the Air Force has a novel idea. The Lockheed Martin SR-72, also known as the son of Blackbird, is a concept for a hypersonic unmanned aerial vehicle being developed by the company's Skunk Works or Advanced Development Programs. The SR-72 intends to carry on the legacy established by the original Blackbird spy plane while incorporating all modern advanced technologies. This next-generation aircraft has been designated as the highly anticipated successor to the SR-71 Blackbird, which retired from the U.S. Air Force service in 1998. Since that year, the company had made several attempts but had been unable to develop a successor to the SR-71. Lockheed Martin has been working on various successors to the SR-71 since 1998, but has been unable to develop high-speed aircraft. The rocket-launched Hypersonic Technology Vehicle 2 aircraft was developed by Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works as part of the Defense Advanced Research Project Agency's Falcon Research and Development Project. The speeds at which the SR-72 is being designed, known as hypersonic flight, cover the envelope of highly supersonic speeds that continue beyond Mach 5, which is the threshold for hypersonic flight. Such speeds bring additional characteristics into play during flight, some of which are not completely understood, which call for particular design qualities to be possessed by a given airframe. Beyond supersonic flight, exemplified by the BAC Concorde airliner, and high hypersonic flight is the category known as hypersonic flight. The development of the SR-72 will rely heavily on the data gathered during the testing of the Falcon HDV-2, which was directed by DARPA Hypersonic Technology Vehicle. The purpose of the test vehicle was to gather data on various aspects pertaining to extremely high-speed flight, as well as the associated remote guidance and control at such speeds. Aerodynamics, the flow of air at extremely high speeds, aerothermal effects, the temperature of the air at extremely high speeds, and guidance, navigation, and control were the three concentrated phases. The HDV-2 was able to achieve speeds of 13,000 miles per hour, that is Mach 20, despite the fact that the outside surface temperatures were recorded at 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit. And at this incredible speed, the aircraft could theoretically depart from a base in the continental United States in 90 minutes and fly to specific targets in the Pacific or Atlantic Oceans. Being able to reach such high speeds is critical for the high-risk missions that the aircraft, which will be similar in size and range to the SR-71, will eventually undertake. The SR-72 is depicted in concept art as having a futuristic yet still conventional aircraft form, with twin underslung air intakes, slim low-mounted Delta-type wing assemblies, and a single vertical tail fin. This design is currently in development. Because the SR-72 was conceived from the beginning as an unmanned system, it does not have a cockpit. Rather, it has a solid fuselage that houses avionics, mission systems, and fuel stores. The vehicle will be able to transition into near-space altitudes thanks to its flight characteristics and inherent power, just like the SR-71 was able to do before it. The SR-71 operated up to 85,000 feet. The SR-72 will be able to land and be recovered like a conventional aircraft thanks to its undercarriage's ability to retract. The power plant of the SR-72, which will be comprised of a turbine-based combined cycle propulsion system, will be the most important factor in determining whether or not the SR-72 will be successfully physically realized and put into operation. The configuration will include a base turbine engine that will be able to provide the necessary thrust for takeoff speeds all the way up to Mach 3 speeds. When it reaches that point, the system's dual-mode ramjet will take over and begin delivering the necessary hypersonic speeds. The air that is drawn into the engines will enter through a shared nozzle located at the front of the engine housing, and the exhaust will leave the aircraft through a shared nozzle located at the rear. Internal ductwork will provide the channels that are necessary to access either one of the two methods of propulsion. Aerojet Rocketdyne is the company that supplies the engines. The engines are depicted in the concept artwork as being installed in underslung forms that are located outboard of the fuselage centerline. Other military-minded mission roles for such a vehicle may include a missile-carrying platform. The missiles themselves were developed around the concept of hypersonic flight to coincide with their hypersonic delivery vehicle. These other military-minded mission roles are in addition to the presented reconnaissance capabilities that the vehicle possesses. It is conceivable that such an aircraft will be able to circumvent conventional air defenses, swoop in from extremely high altitudes, and launch its payload before even being noticed by the defenses. Additionally, the high-speed flight will make it possible for it to arrive at any location on Earth in a matter of minutes or within hours, thereby limiting the amount of time an adversary has to respond and providing the U.S. air power with the capability to strike any global target in a short amount of time. The military project that resulted in the development of this technology could also have a potentially game-changing effect on the future of passenger airline travel between major hubs. The SR-72 will be sized for missions and range comparable to the SR-71. This aircraft is expected to be able to strike targets anywhere on a continent in under an hour. When equipped with hypersonic missiles such as Lockheed Martin's high-speed strike weapon, the new aircraft is expected to strike targets anywhere on a continent in less than an hour, HSSW. The aircraft's high speed allows it to enter protected airspace. The SR-72 will be equipped to fight in combat operations as an option. The aircraft development is supported by the USAF's long-term hypersonic roadmap. Now let's see an interesting scenario. What if the US had the SR-72 right now? Could the Biden administration respond to events in Ukraine and Russia more quickly if it had access to overflight intelligence data from a manned or unmanned spy plane? According to reports, the SR-72 will fly at Mach 6 or 4,603 miles per hour, or twice the speed of the original SR-71. Despite evading over 4,000 anti-aircraft missiles during its lifetime, the SR-71 was never shot down or damaged. The SR-72 is expected to arrive in Ukraine in record time, and it could be a long-range missile launcher. The son of Blackbird could also be outfitted with precision strike munitions such as cruise missiles or bombs, as well as hypersonic missiles. This would be a good way to attack military targets early in a conflict without risking losing a pilot or having an airplane shot down. It might have an impact on Russia and China. Since the Russians have already entered Ukraine's Donbass region with peacekeepers, the Biden White House and the Department of Defense could make use of an SR-72. One information warfare tactic employed by the Biden administration is the practice of informing the media about overhead intelligence obtained by the U.S. over Ukraine and Russia. The Russians will lose the element of surprise if the entire world knows how they are positioning soldiers and military hardware. This is likely to irritate Putin because numerous civilian armchair analysts, bloggers, social media users, and think tankers can pontificate about Russian military designs based on publicly available information. What if SR-72 flights could update this knowledge every 2 hours or less? This would be one method of removing Putin's strategic initiative. The same is true for China across the Taiwan Strait. Overflights from an SR-72 could detect a Chinese amphibious invasion of Taiwan or reveal whether the Chinese would attempt a maritime blockade of Taiwan, or if mobile missile launchers aimed at Taiwan were active. And yes, for these reasons, the SR-72 would be useful. It could be in full service by 2030. However, it is intriguing to consider how it could be used if its specifications and characteristics are proven. The son of Blackbird has numerous benefits and is well worth the wait. And that's it for today, guys. We sincerely hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please click on the like button and share it with your families and friends. If you have any questions or comments, please share them with us in the comment space below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to see even more of our incredible videos. You can also check out our other videos that have been specially selected for you. We'll catch up in the next video.